Hibachi Fun. By user RussellGo00. My wife convinced me to go to a tulip farm. Spent the time picking up tulips, paying for them, and having to stand/walk around for 3 hours for Instagram pictures is not fun. By the end of that event, we were tired and hungry. I wanted to eat somewhere fun and found a hibachi place. My kids were excited, and my wife was happy with her haul. We ended up arriving at the hibachi place and led to our seats. Great service by the staff, more on that later. I forgot to mention that I had a toddler and wanted a high seat for my daughter so she can see the griddle. The staff pointed to one of the wait staff and indicated I needed a high chair. I was 10 feet from the chair and the waitress was further away. I waved her off and grabbed the chair myself. As I returned to the table, another couple was being led to the other side of our table. Each hibachi setup sat 9 to 10 people, so I stopped to let them pass. After passing, a woman turned around and said something to me, but it was noisy, and I was concentrated on getting my daughter seated. As I struggled with the seat belt, I felt a tap on my shoulder, but I sat my daughter first. After seating my daughter, I turned around and the same lady was literally inches from my face telling me a bunch of things. I giggled and told her sorry I don't work here. Now, I don't know why she thought I did it all. Everyone who worked there was dressed in black and white. I was wearing a t-shirt, had mud on my shoes and my hair was tossed around like I had not slept in days. However, she insisted and kept raising her voice at me, granted it was noisy. I repeated that I don't work here. She then was heated, yelling, getting angry saying that it was about her food allergies and if she got sick, she would sue me. At this point, I was tired and told her I don't care about your allergies because I don't work here. She put her finger in my face and my wife notices, gets up, swats her hand away and stood between this lady and I. My wife clarifies that I don't work there, turns around and sits me down and this lady keeps raising her voice that I was rude to her. At this point, her husband was red and grabbed to sit her down. This interaction lasted for less than a minute. The staff came by and calmed everyone down and made sure everyone was seated. They asked if I wanted to be moved. I said no. I was fine where I was, then asked the lady if she wanted to be moved and she said no but seemed pretty pissed off. The hibachi chef has noticed all this as he rolled his cart in. He started his routine, and my wife and kids loved it. I just sat there, happy as a clam that everyone was having a great time while I would get to eat. At this point of the dinner, the hibachi chef started spraying my kids with water, which they loved, and for the adults he would spray them with white wine from a bottle to loosen them up. When he gets to me, he gives me a really long dose and says, "You need a double. You work overtime today." I thought this was hilarious. As he went around giving all the adults a spray of wine, he gets to the lady and gives her the tiniest of spray and says, "Maybe not too much for you." She giggles but was obviously not entertained. As he does his routine, we had a good time and ate good food. My kids loved it and to me that was the important part. Now after the routine, the chef started cleaning up. He tosses a clean rag and scraper near me and without missing a beat, I yelled "Yes boss." Got up and started scrapping off the grill. The chef started barking at me even more, I moved faster and more frantically. Then a wait staff brings a mop and bucket, and I started mopping. Everyone was laughing, my kids were going crazy. It was hilarious to me, at the least. So, to add to it, I spontaneously asked everyone to give a generous tip for the show even though it wasn't necessary, and they did. Except for you know who. I was finally urged back to my chair with clapping from my family. Chef gave a handshake for being a good sport and went on his way. We finished eating and getting served dessert. We then hear talking from the corner, where the couple is now arguing because she was mad at me, and her husband allowed it all to happen. I really felt bad at that point and just wanted everyone to leave on a good note. I apologized about the interaction earlier because it was easy for me, had no stake in their argument, and it did seem to help. We finished eating and packed up our stuff to leave. As we were leaving, this lady was at the lobby complaining to the manager about everything. My wife stopped and chimed in. Apparently, the manager already knew. Made it clear to the lady to calm down and in the most racist Asian accent, said "Oh so sorry, no refund, now you go home." The lady was getting pulled by her husband to the parking lot at this point. "Sorry dude." Then that manager turns to us in the most NJ accent. I can't believe that accent worked. "I hope you guys had a great time." He proceeded to talk to my wife and kids while his staff helped me get our stuff into the car. He walked us out and gave my kids some takeaway snacks. Loved it. Overall, it was a fun day.